Hi, and welcome to the No Ceilings podcast on the Turtlesmith network. Welcome back, Vincent.
What's happening, Courtney?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. The people missed you.
Man, y'all ain't missed nobody.
Yeah, they did. They was like, where Vincent? They calling my name. Vincent. Stop tugging on my silk drawers. Don't love me like you do. I said, Lord, somebody get Vincent back in here.
Well, I'm back in here. What's happening?
All right. Good deal. Well, we're glad to have you back. Glad to
be back.
Well, today, it's a little chilly outside.
Too chilly.
Yeah, I'm ready for this to be over. I mean, my weeks is bad weather we got.
Man, I don't know if the groundhog supposed to see their shadow or not supposed to see their shadow, but the cold weather gotta go. Gotta go.
I mean, well, it's flip-floppy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 1 minute you got 60 degrees, 70 degrees, then you got 33.
Yeah.
And the back and forth is making everybody sick. They shutting down these schools, child. It's just too much.
Way too much. People getting sick and all that, like carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stay away from me.
I know that's right. Well, let's get into it. So today we are talking about money.
Mm-hmm.
If you're running a business and you're not paying attention to your numbers, you might as well be driving with your eyes closed, baby. Because, you know, your financial analysis is your GPS.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it tells you how much money you're making, whether you're losing money, making money, or if you just right on track, you know. And so the reality is you got to make sure that you know your numbers in and out. We've said this in previous episodes. So today we're going to break down the essentials of the financial analysis, why your numbers matter, and how to make sure your money is working for you. All in a way that won't make your head spin. So I feel like we should just go ahead and get into it. What you think?
I think you are exactly right. Let's get into it.
All right. Well, let's do it. So let's talk numbers. You don't have to be a math whiz, but you do need to understand what's going on with your money. Number one, you need to know your financial statements. There are two big ones that you need to keep track of, and that's going to be your profit and loss and your balance sheet. Your profit and loss, this shows how much money you've made, which is your revenue, versus how much money you spent, which is your expenses. Your balance sheet, that shows what you own versus what you owe. Assets versus liabilities, right? Simple enough, right? So a quick tip is if you have a bookkeeper or an accountant, you ask them for monthly financial statements. And we talked about this because I got duped.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that if you have a bookkeeper or an accountant, that you ensure that you set aside time to let them know that you need monthly financial statements. If you do it yourself, make sure you set aside enough time. Like we said in previous episodes, make sure you have that desk that you have time to set aside time each month to go through your numbers and make sure that you line everything.
In your situation, they weren't sending you the statements,
nope.
correct?
Nope. I was paying them the money. See, I was more concerned about my taxes.
Right.
So I was just trying to make sure I got the taxes done. I didn't want no problems with, Uncle Sam.
Right.
So I was only worried about that. I didn't realize that I should have been getting those financial statements monthly. Right. And so he was able to get away with a little bit of money. Plus, after talking to Scott, I realized that, the guy was charging me like $150 a month. And so
that should have been like the red flag.
That should have been a red flag.
Right.
And so I ain't seen him in since, child. I ain't seen him since. So anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
Step 2, number 2, analyzing your revenue. You want to track your growth. The question becomes, is your money going up or down each month? You want to look at your sales trends and you want to determine, are there some months that are better than others, or are there some products or services that are more popular? You may have to make some adjustments. And then you want to check your price. Are you charging enough? Are you charging too much? We just talked about that a little bit in a different situation. And look at what customers are saying in your feedback. We talked about feedback while you were out, and that was a big thing too, the feedback loop. So you want to make sure that you are looking at that feedback and making sure that you're receiving that information. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that we talked about was Bree. the lady that does the food critic. She's amazing in what she does. She's just keeping it honest, like most people do.
Right.
But some people don't receive the feedback well. And there's back and forths online, that sort of thing. And so you don't want to do that. Make sure that you're getting the feedback and processing that information so that you can make the appropriate adjustments so that you can keep the business moving and keep the income coming in.
Absolutely.
And then the pro tip on that is to don't overvalue yourself. A lot of small business owners undercharge out of fear. But, don't undervalue yourself. Charge what you're worth, especially if you're providing a service.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
a really big thing. We literally just had that conversation too. Like people got to pay what they weigh. And here in certain areas, to me, in certain areas, a lot of people don't want to pay, or certain communities don't want to pay what you're worth. And so that's when you really have to branch out and figure out where their worth is.
Right.
To me.
Right. And I think one thing to add to that, when you do get paid your worth, you have to manage that correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that we'll kind of go over some points I want to go over with everybody about managing expenses wisely.
Yeah.
Because if people like it and they pay for it, they're going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
So you want to keep up that service, product, whatever it is, to keep those customers coming, keep money flowing into the business.
Yeah.
So 3 of the main things for managing your expenses would be your budgeting and unexpected costs and cutting costs.
Yeah.
All of that's going to be managed in your budget. So you want to set a plan for your spending and don't treat it like it's prison. It's literally your guide to what you need to be doing on a daily, monthly, yearly basis to keep business going. You need to plan for those unexpected costs, and you need to be going over that daily, weekly, whatever your product service is, go over it over a set expected amount of time.
Yeah.
So that if you do need to cut costs.
Yeah.
Because that cut cost could essentially make you more money and keep money in the bank for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to cut costs at the expense of quality.
No.
Because
that ain't it.
That ain't going to keep your people coming back.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep that in mind. You don't want to cheat your customers. You want to treat your customers.
Cheat yourself.
No.
Treat yourself. Don't
there you go.
cheat yourself.
There you
okay.
go. Yeah.
Yep.
You've been around something for a little bit, huh?
Yep. I got it. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. Don't even get me started. See, because we talking about shrinkage next, and then hey, don't come in that don't show.
All right.
Don't come in that don't show.
Right. Right.
Shrinkage comes in multiple ways, and
Yes.
stealing is one of them. And the stealing can come in different ways too. It don't have to just be somebody coming in your store, taking something out the store.
Right.
You have vendor theft, you have employee theft, and then sometimes you do have your common errors. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens.
But see, those admin errors, stuff like that can go for months and you not find it until you're looking and you're like, what's happening here? And then you go back to the previous months and start looking at the numbers and stuff and realize that there was an error there. So
Right. So that's why you want to make sure that you're going over those invoices regularly. Even you either have somebody doing that or you even do that on the back end. This is your business at the end of the day that we're talking about.
100.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to go over those invoices. You want to go over what's coming in, what's going out. If you have people that's doing that, you just want to check it out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes on things like an eagle. That's where your lunch and your dinner is at. So I say keep an eye on those things. And one more thing we got on here is unpaid invoices.
Baby, let me tell you.
Hey, in your industry, or the industry you were in, y'all had to go after them.
Yeah.
That was how you collected.
But check this out. It get deep. So how do I explain this? So in bail bonds, like you have the ability. So on larger bonds, you have the ability to create like a payment plan option.
Right. Okay.
I chose to do that for my community because, or the community of people that utilize my services, because I understand that, at a moment's notice, somebody may not have $10,000 to put on a bond, and some of these bonds be pretty big. You know what I'm saying? And so when you don't, I mean, it's irresponsible to be a criminal that doesn't have money for bail, but you offer payment plans.
Right.
And when they don't pay those payment plans, babe, I got a collection agency. And let me tell you, shout out to Miss Sharon. I had this lady named Miss Sharon that worked in my office, and baby, Miss Sharon would get the money before I, I shut everything down and I sent everything to a collections agency to do my final collections. Miss Sharon used to get the money in. Okay, and so if you don't let them clients ghost you. They have a week. For me, they had a weekly check-in.
Right.
And a lot of times that had to be an in-office check-in because I had requirements that you have to be actively seeking employment. And if you needed assistance with that, then, we find felony-friendly employment, whatever the case may be, so that you look good when you, going to court and stuff. You want people to be able to still, make a living for themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form. At least show the judge that you're trying to do right.
You went like the mafia, like, before you pay your electric bill, I need my...
You try to work with the people. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, some clients will ghost you. And when they do, what we gonna do? Call the Ghostbusters.
That was a good. That was a good. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Call the Ghostbusters. So you have to have a plan to collect them payments, baby.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. You can take it from Courtney. That you definitely need to have a plan to collect those payments, and that's not for every industry, but that is for some industries.
Absolutely.
But you think we missed anything on any of those steps?
No, I don't. I think we kind of covered everything because at this point we are in, the execution phase. So we're literally just kind of recapping everything that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
And I think that if anybody has any questions, there's enough information on turtlesmith.com for them to go to and research all the different stages and steps and revisit this one, I think at least once in each phase.
Right.
So I think that we've covered it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's move on into successes and failures.
All right. So we have the last couple of episodes, we've been given a success story and a failure alert. So the success story is a small bakery started tracking their sales and noticed certain pastries weren't selling. So instead of wasting money making them, they cut those items and focused on their best sellers. And so their profit went up.
Easy peasy.
It's just as simple as that. You got food that ain't selling on that menu, take it off.
Take it off of there.
You got drinks that ain't selling, stop selling. Stop putting that stuff out there. Don't nobody want that mess.
Don't nobody want that.
Don't nobody want that.
No, that's real though. That's sometimes it's easy as that. Sometimes it's a little more sophisticated, but that's why you have to keep your eyes and ears in your business, on your business, and mind your business.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Oh, mind your business.
Yeah. Then the failure alert, a new entrepreneur ignored their financials and didn't realize they were spending more than they made. 6 months in, they were drowning in debt. Don't let this be you. Watch your numbers. That's easy as hell to happen too.
I have seen that happen. I've seen that happen in somebody's business, and they looked up and they was like, I don't know what happened.
Right.
I don't know what to do. And, eventually they had to, just pick up and walk away.
Yeah.
And we were left holding the bills, questions, files, everything. And so you don't want to do that to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Always be on top of your business. Know, what you have going on. Know your financials. And don't overspend. Don't just be taking in the money and out here flashing around with your little phone. How they do it? They had a little phone
Little
stack,
phone
phone stack. That ain't cute, baby.
with the class size of.
Yeah, stop doing all that. That shit ain't cute.
Yeah.
It's not. So know your stuff.
Right.
Let's get into some action items. I think that
Okay.
we've had a lot of successes and failures. So I thought that those are just good examples of
Right.
things that have happened because they've heard our stories over and over and over
definitely.
again. And so let's get into some action items.
All right, let's do that. First one we're going to talk about is track your revenue and expenses every month.
Okay.
That's like waking up and brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
You want to do that off top.
Please brush your teeth.
Check your pricing. If you're an industry, a competitive industry, or even if not, you always want to go over your prices, make sure you're charging enough or you're not overcharging. You don't want to undercharge yourself either, though.
Right.
There's certain industries, and sometimes you bring something so special to the table that your price is your price.
Go ahead and say that, and then I'm gonna come back on the back end because I do have an example. I have a really good example of that I've seen constantly that I can't stand.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Review your budget. That's going with your tracking your revenue. Set up your financial alerts, and have a plan for unpaid invoices. We're gonna double down on that one.
Hey, collection agency.
Yeah.
And they'll get that money. You'll look up and you have an unexpected check in the mail. They'll get your money for you, baby. But listen, one of the industries that I've seen that don't get enough credit for the work that they do is the event planning industry. Event planners.
Okay.
That do those, I see some people do those balloon arches. Some people do like the whole planning of events.
Right.
And I feel like they don't get paid the fees that they should get paid. People think that what they do is not worth the money that they're charging.
Really?
They don't know what goes into that. I've seen people do those balloon arches and it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, that stuff isn't easy.
Yeah, those backdrops, there are some people that make the decorations or the party box things and all of that stuff. And I've just seen where people, I listen. I sit around and I listen to people planning parties and stuff. They be like, she charged too much. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Pay the people what they're worth.
Yeah. And I kind of, not to say that they're like the same, but like event planning and like movers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody wants to do that stuff and their job is underappreciated, but nobody wants to pay what it's actually worth.
And that's wear and tear.
Because you think about it, traditionally, that was stuff that your family would help you do. Say somebody's come help you set up, somebody's going to come help you move.
Yeah.
But as time progressed, people were like, I don't want to go do that.
I think that we got to get back to the point where we really saying, that we invest those dollars, back into our communities for the people that provide those services.
Right.
And really support them, especially right now. So.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right. Well, I think we've gone through our action items.
Okay.
Dang, that was quick.
Yeah, I think we kind of blew through there, but I think we got a lot of good information for this step in the phase. What are we? Phase 3.
Yep.
Episode 4. All the way deep in there. Yeah, I think we got some good information out, and I think we're going to wrap that up for No Ceilings podcast today.
All right.
Oh, looks like we have a challenge for everyone. Pick one financial habit to improve this week, whether it's checking your budget, tracking expenses, or setting up a system for unpaid invoices. If you have any questions about the information provided here today, please go to turtlesmith.com for more information. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs it. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and remember, there are no ceilings to what you can achieve.
Take care.